Actually, most of your friends did not join the class. 24 members joined. So in today's class, we are going to discuss fault diagnosis or fault detection using process model. Okay, see your fault diagnosis or detection. You know, diagnosis means finding the fault. So in electrical power systems consists of many different elements. Your electrical power system consists of many different elements, and we need to monitor continuously all the components in the electrical power system. Else we cannot provide continuity in electrical supply. Okay, we require to maintain all the components in the electrical system to be in healthy condition. See, just similar to your human body. If you're if you are healthy only, you can do some work. If you are feeling weak in one part of your body, you cannot put up your concentration on your work. In similar way, to have or to maintain healthy electrical supply, we require to maintain all the electrical components to work in good condition. That is the main requirement of a healthy power system. Okay, so here you need to detect and isolate the faults which will be damaging and disrupting your power system. Okay, so always faults in electrical systems are unavoidable. There will be occurring faults. See, in last week we all experienced storm. In last week we had rains for 2 days, and we all experienced wind. Okay, strong winds. So during that winds, some of the trees fell on electrical lines. So automatically the lines will be damaged and the continuity in power supply is disturbed. So that you need at what point the lines are damaged. You need to detect, you need to identify the fault, and you need to clear within minimum time so that you can restore your power system to normal state. So the clearing of faults is accomplished by devices that can sense the fault, quickly react and disconnect the faulty section. So in every substation, there will be monitoring of your lines. We call it as a SCADA. Okay. So a good fault detection system provides an effective, reliable, fast, and secure way of relaying operation. So how we are utilizing these artificial neural networks for fault diagnosis. Okay, artificial neural networks for fault diagnosis. This you require high capacity electrical generating power plants and grid. Also require fault detection devices and operation of protection equipment in minimum possible time so that power system can remain in stable condition. The faults in power system transmission lines are to be detected very quickly. Okay, and they should be cleared in least possible time. The electrical faults occurring in your transmission lines should be detected very quickly and they should be cleared in the least possible time so that the people will not suffer. The protection system used for transmission lines can also be used to initiate other relays to protect the power system from outages. Outage means fault, nothing but out of normal operation. So here we are using fault diagnosis using ANN, artificial neural network. So we know artificial neural network represents with different layers, okay, and different types of connections between them. So the number of neurons in the layers is selected for the provision of problem solving quality. So the number of layers is desired to be minimal in order to decrease the problem solving time. So we have, suppose we have 3 input layers, 3 output layers. There may be 2 hidden layers. So how we are utilizing this ANN for fault diagnosis. Okay. So you require which parameters to be monitored. First thing, the application pattern, the application of a pattern recognition technique can be used for discriminating the faulty and healthy electrical power system. So it needs to differentiate among the 3 phases. Okay, which phase of 3-phase power system is experiencing a fault. So the artificial neural networks are very powerful in identifying the faulty pattern and classification of the faulty pattern. Okay, identifying the fault and classifying the fault, what type of fault it is. Okay, the neural network application in transmission line protection are mainly concerned with improvement in achieving more effective and efficient fault diagnosis and distance relaying. Okay, the neural network application in transmission line protection are mainly concerned with improvements in achieving more effective and efficient fault diagnosis and distance relaying. So transmission line fault detection is the simple diagram for transmission line fault detection, where we are connecting 2 generating stations at bus 1 and bus A and bus B. So this part is including the transmission line. The inputs of the network selected for the detection of fault are three-phase currents and voltages, okay, of the line obtained as raw data. The real and generated per unit values of phase voltage and currents are sampled with the target values into the input neurons of selected ANN, trained and produced outputs of different types of faults detected on transmission line. So here the inputs of the network are three-phase currents and voltages. You need to train your ANN and produce the different types of outputs so that the fault on the transmission line is detected. So data pre-processing. So a reduction in size of neural network improves the performance of the system and which can achieve by extracting feature. So by doing this, all of the important and relevant information presents in the waveforms of voltage and current signals can be used very effectively. So data pre-processing, the simple block diagram for data pre-processing is first thing from the power system you need to acquisition means gathering your data, first step. So pre-processing the data, second step. Please note down. Hope it is visible to, my screen is visible to everyone. Please note down this block diagram. Data pre-processing in the fault diagnosis. Next feature is feature extraction, normalization, testing data. From the normalization, you are going for training data, ANN training. And other process is normalization, testing data. So together, the fault is detected and classified into what type of fault it is. Okay, so these many steps are involved in the data processing. Definitely, we require to process the power system data. Okay, is my voice audible? Yes. Please respond. Is my voice audible? Okay then. Training process. So two important steps in the application of neural network for any purpose are training and testing. Training and testing. The first of the two steps, namely training the neural network, is very important. Okay, training is the process by which neural network learns from inputs and updates its weights accordingly. See, we have seen the neural network signal is transmitted as I have shown you the neural network with three input layers, three output layers and two hidden layers. So you require to monitor these weights, how the signal is being transmitted, how the signal need to be updated finally when it is reaching your output layer. Okay, that training of neural network is very important. So in order to train a set of data called training data set is needed, which is a set of input output pairs fed into the neural network. So during the training process, the neural network weights are updated with the primary goal of minimizing the performance function. So in the block diagram, in this block diagram. So raw data of three-phase currents and three-phase voltages are collected from the power system. That is data acquisition. So the data is pre-processed. Okay, pre-processed means one particular line if you are selecting. So in that particular line, what are the three-phase currents and what are the three-phase voltages of that particular transmission line. So you need to extract the features. So once you are extracting the features, you need to normalize the features. Then go for training the data, that is ANN training, and testing the data. So once you are training your neural network, the fault may be identified and classified into which type of fault. Okay, let me show you one more block diagram which is useful for fault diagnosis. So this is the general process model based fault detection and diagnosis. Okay, this is generalized. Earlier we have seen fault detection in power systems. Okay, this is generalized process model. In your syllabus, this is actually included. Fault process model fault diagnosis. So in most of your industries, there will be several control systems which need to be including processors, controllers, feedbacks, forward paths or feedback paths, like that. Many systems will be there. So in the process control model based fault detection and diagnosis, you will have actuators and sensors. So once the actuators are giving proper signal to the process will be processing the actuator signals and feeding the signals to sensors, which in respond gives you a desired output response. So the process model may include feature generations. Nothing but here from the process model, you are acquiring the data, collecting your data, and you are extracting the features. So once the features are extracted, you are going for normalization, or you will go for training of these features. Once you are training your data, you are able to identify the features. If any deviations are there in your characteristics of the features, definitely that will be indicating a fault. Okay, so what type of fault? Already your network is trained with certain rules. If this type of voltage variation or current variation, it is indicated as LG fault, or if this type of voltage deviations, current variations are indicated LLG or triple LG or three-phase fault. In your power system analysis, you have learned different types of faults. In the similar fashion, in a generalized process model, there will be certain system parameters which will be indicating the nature of any fault included in the process. So those feature variations, deviations will give you the type of fault, and it will give immediate signal to clear the fault. Okay, your fault is diagnosed. Once your fault is diagnosed, next immediate step is you need to clear the fault within a few minutes. Okay, so here in the process model, definitely you need to collect your data and you need to pre-process the data. What are the features which are indicating the faults, and you are training up your network. Okay, you are training up your network by inputting these features. So once you are inputting these features, you are training up your ANN, the fault will be automatically detected. So this block diagram also you can draw and you can explain in your process model based fault detection and diagnosis. Okay. So if you have any clarifications, you can ask me now. The class strength is very, very poor and I am not at all happy with your class strength attending classes. See, earlier I used to have an attendance of at least 110, 120 people. Now it is again reduced to 1/3, not even 42 members. So one of your friends is asking me again to explain fault detection, diagnosis, fault diagnosis. So the main important thing in your power system is to always maintain healthy power system. Okay. The main thing you need to maintain continuity in electrical supply. So in order to maintain healthy power system, you should avoid any faults occurring. Okay. Fault, what is the need for fault diagnosis means to maintain an uninterrupted and healthy power supply to the consumers. Okay, but we cannot avoid 100% faults. The faults in electrical power systems are unavoidable problems. They cannot be avoided completely. Okay, these faults are classified as active and passive faults. So you can detect, isolate the fault of the power system within a short span of time. Okay, if trees are falling on your transmission lines, so that may create a short circuit, which will be damaging your transmission lines. Okay, so definitely we cannot stop winds, we cannot stop storms. It is natural phenomena. So definitely we people try to clear out the fault occurred. Okay, that is your general fault diagnosis. So how to utilize this ANN for this fault diagnosis or fault detection. Okay, so steps involved in the fault detection. Mainly you require three-phase currents and three-phase voltages as input parameters of particular transmission line. Okay, So that raw data is collected from your power system, which is indicated here with the data acquisition. You are collecting data, okay, and from the data acquisition, you are pre-processing the data. So in this pre-processor, always there will be set values, okay. Nominal voltage should be this much, nominal current should be this much, like that. There will be set values. So you are extracting the features, the required features. See, your power system means there will be vast number of data available. Real power, reactive power at the generating station, and frequency factor, speed of your generator, pressure of your steam turbine, valve opening, closing, several numerous parameters will be there. So required features you are extracting, your voltage terms and current terms of that particular three-phase line. So once you are extracting your features, you are going for normalization. So from normalization, you are training the data and testing your data. So once the ANN training is completed, it will be processed through your hidden layer to output layer, so that your fault is detected and classified. Also indicated that your fault is detected and classified. Okay. Hope it is clear. Definitely, you need to train your neural network. Okay. Where during the training process, the neural network weights are updated with primary goal of minimizing the performance function. Okay. That is your fault diagnosis. So you require to draw this transmission line, neural network, and the block diagram for data processing. Okay. Along with this, you can include this the other picture I have shown you. Process model based fault detection and diagnosis. So this picture will be giving you more clarity than generalized fault detection and diagnosis. This is generalized process model based fault detection and diagnosis. Okay. So anything else? So we have completed 3 applications: load forecasting using fuzzy logic and load frequency control using fuzzy logic. And in today's class, we have discussed fault diagnosis using ANN. Okay. So in next class, we'll discuss load forecasting using neural networks. So fuzzy logic, we have completed 2 applications we have learned. And coming to neural network applications. Okay. So all of you, please go through the books link I have shared. I'll share you again. Please go through the